see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Will kick it off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Arkansas's offense will get the ball first. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Trying to get this defense off to a good start. Fires left. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots, you soften up the coverage, you get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
Looking for a man. It's Green. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. The Hogs getting it done through the air, evoking memories of Ryan Mallett.
And that's what the fans of Arkansas want to see. They've always got that physical ground game. They always want to have a little bit of balance, and when they get that balance, they get that offense cooking, they get everybody pretty excited. You might even get a woo, Pig City.
Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Razorbacks are marching down the field. Wants to throw again. It's complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And the Razorbacks in a good spot here with second and short. On the move, it's Russell. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, do you love hearing the crowd. But more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Back to throw, it's Green. Finds his big tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! Great job by the back on the option.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Texas Longhorns offense will go to work for the first time. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his big tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-load, chop blocked on every single play.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. To the air, it's Manning. Quickly to the tight end. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. First play of the drive comes from the 22. The give to the tailback. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Second down, they'll go to the air. A little screen to the running back. Spins away from the defense. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We reach the break. Arkansas has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. The Razorbacks will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Let's see what he can do with it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Snags a quick pass on the left. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got it behind the line. It's Wingo. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
That quarterback putting his face in the fan, I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
The Longhorns come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Back to pass, it's Manning. Got him downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pressure coming, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get ready.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Wide open downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. You think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Out of the gun to give to the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He'll keep it himself. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Razorbacks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post, right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air, it's Manning. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Snatches it on the right. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
And man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call, and that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open receiver.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Use the play fake, now to throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Fires to the wideout. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll send the back in motion. Makes the catch. It's Blake.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Razorbacks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Dropping back, it's Green. Got his man quickly. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Grab near the marker. It's Blake. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Got it in the middle, it's Jones. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
And the Razorbacks with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Jones. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
The Razorbacks will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Give to the back. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Manning. Under fire. Just a short pass to the tight end.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's 3rd down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the first, but because he killed his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw, the defense was able to rally and make a stop.
And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Looking for room. It's Russell. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. That's reeled in. It's Washington. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking downfield, it's Green. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. The screen, he can go! And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the square.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
And he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Man, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Guys, the levels of hype and impatience awaiting the arrival of Arch Manning pretty much unsustainable over the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers was pretty doggone good. But Arch is pretty deserving of all of this attention, I'd say, Jesse.
He's very, very talented. That jumps off the film when you watch him. You can see why he was so highly regarded coming out of high school. You can see why Texas fans are so impatient to finally watch what he does this year. Now, it's one thing to do it against Louisiana Monroe. It's one thing to do it against UTSA and Mississippi State. Can he do it against the Georgias? Can he do it against the big boys in the SEC on a consistent basis? We can't wait to find out.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Leaves it with the running back. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go out. He can really do it all.
The Longhorns really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Fires to the right. Working the big fella to the corner. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot, he's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. So nice to have a target like that.
To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's got him this time. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Unloads to the wideout. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Extra point here will tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Pulls it, fired, complete. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. This proficiency in the passing game can take you back to yesteryear, one of the great quarterbacks in Arkansas history, in Joe Ferguson.
Yeah, just slinging the pill, just being able to provide balance, being able to attack down the field, get people out of the box, and not be predictable. That's a really good job by this quarterback.
What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth, all tied up. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. He'll do it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Quick completion to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. To the air, it's Green. Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd downs.
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He'll pull it on the read. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He's got an open man. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Razorbacks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Tries again to get it in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Fires into the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. Just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. They have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Big time kick right there, man. 4th quarter, clutch time. You needed to come through to take the lead, and now the pressure goes to the defense. You got to keep this lead. Got to get a stop or 2 more, and you can get the dub in this football game.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Texas offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. And the Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those 1st downs. Get those big chunks.
They'll go back to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And here's the thing, the strategy. You want to run the ball because, yes, you want to score and you want to win, but you don't want to leave a lot of time left on the clock for their offense to get another opportunity. So that's a bit of the gamesmanship going on right now. And I think you're seeing that with their offensive coordinator and his choice in play call.
Second down, they'll go to the air. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, we've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of a season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets, and then if you're the team that got that ranked win, Jesse, you start to build your resume, start to build some momentum. So this squad got a good win today.
They sure did. They put the rest of college football on alert with that huge win. And for the team losing, they've now got to be able to turn the page. They got to go back, do some soul searching, because they're a much better team than what they showed today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.